102.5 forecast. It'll be near 60 today, mostly cloudy with a chance of a few showers. Partly to mostly cloudy overnight, isolated showers, upper 30s and low 40s for the low. It'll be in the mid-40s, kind of chilly on Thursday with occasional rain showers, mostly cloudy skies. And more clouds and showers Thursday night into Friday. Jonesboro's community radio station, we're KLEK 102.5 FM.
From Feature Story News in London, I'm Ollie Barrett. Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan says his country and India cannot afford to miscalculate as tensions rise dramatically. US President Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un have kicked off their summit in Hanoi. Muhammadu Buhari has been elected Nigerian president for a second term, and videos emerged of a march in the German city of Nuremberg showing 18 far-right extremists carrying torches at a site formerly used for Nazi rallies.
It's 9:01.
KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Wednesday to you. I hope that you're having a great start to your day. You're tuned into Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I'm your host, Kabila Jones, and my special guests today are members from the United Voices Gospel Choir from Arkansas State University. Good morning, you all.
Good morning.
Oh, and unison and everything. All right, so we're going to start with ladies first.
Oh, yes.
We're going to have them introduce themselves and tell us a little bit more about who you are as far as, you know, what level you are in college, what you're studying, and then we'll get into more details about UV. So we'll start with my right.
Okay. I'm Raven Jackson. I'm a freshman at Arkansas State University. I'm from Little Rock. I'm majoring in social work with a minor of child advocacy studies, with aspirations on becoming a mental health therapist in the youth area.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm Rakia Greer. I am a freshman at Arkansas State University. My major is special education. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you just get started on your journey.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And so where are you from originally?
I'm from Jonesboro.
Okay.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
Right. Next we have Mr. Travis.
Well, I'm Travis Moore. I'm a freshman at Arkansas State University. I'm currently studying vocal music education with aspirations of being a music teacher and choir director, and then hopefully work my way up through administration to serve as a superintendent of schools one day.
All right. All right. I'm going to keep on you about those goals. Yes, your freshmen don't get lost in the show. All right, and Mr. Aaron Fisher.
Giving honor to God, who's the head of my... I'm just playing. You know how we do. But Aaron Fisher graduated music composition from Arkansas State University. I'm the director of United Voices Gospel Choir, and we're just here to give God a good time.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. And United Voices has been around for quite some time. I can remember my college journey started back in the 90s. So anyway, United Voices has been around a while. So tell us how long, Aaron, how long has United Voices been in existence?
Since 1960 under the BSA choir.
Oh, wow.
And then they changed to United Voices just to make it all-inclusive and just to honor the different diversity and the different relationships with God that are represented. So
that is awesome. And it goes to show that the individuals involved are very dedicated to the purpose and the mission of the choir for it to still be going on so strong for so long. Now, of course, there were some time periods when they weren't as active, but still the center point, the choir was still in existence.
Yeah.
They were just a little on the down low, doing some things behind the scenes. So now you all have come back and are hitting the ground running and doing so many community events. So tell us about, first of all, before we get into the events, I want to know what made you all decide to join, and
that's what I want to know too.
and how long have you been a part of the choir?
I'll go. Aaron and I go to the same church.
Okay.
And he came to me about starting the United Voices Gospel Choir up again. And I was like, okay, all right, I guess I'll join. And we had like a little fair like in the fall semester, and I like signed up, and I signed up a few of my other friends. They didn't know I signed them up, but I signed them up too. I was like, let's do it. I mean, something new. And yeah, that's how I found out about United Voices.
All right. Ms. Craven.
And as you mentioned with the community fair, it was like first week or so of school and just attending different events on campus. And I walked past the table, it says United Voices Gospel Choir. I'm like, oh, okay, like that seems kind of fun. Like I sing at home in my church choir, so I'm just like, why not? Like carry this on into school, like kind of my, you know, choir away from my choir at home. And so I attended the first practice, and I've enjoyed it ever since.
That's awesome. Mr. Travis?
Actually, I joined UV, I want to say the third or fourth week of classes, and how this worked was I saw a poster, and I had been wondering, like, should I join, should I not join, how's this going to work? And so Aaron was in the choir room, because I'm a part of the 8 state choirs as well.
Okay.
I'm just a choir child, I guess. and so Aaron was in his room, he said, and then we were talking, Aaron, because we had just done working on one of his songs, and it was a thing he just said, are you thinking about, have you ever considered United Voices? So I came that Tuesday night, and I've stayed ever since, and I just like the idea of having freedom to worship with people around my age group and all that great things.
Exactly.
That is awesome. All right, and so we want to say good morning to Miss Jasmine Selvey. She says, hey, y'all.
Hey, Jasmine.
She was in rehearsal last night. It was so funny.
I just love how y'all just say that in harmony. And you,
One, two. Oh, just wait now.
Now, before they leave, I'm going to have to give them to sing a little song.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, gosh.
So let's talk about some events. You know, since you all have been up and going in full speed, tell us some of the events that you have participated in so far, and then tell us what you got coming up.
We participated last month. Well, it's still February. So.
Yeah.
The time just goes by so quick. We participated in the Soul Food Dinner. There was a lot of food. We got up there. We sang a couple of songs with the itis, but God was still praised. Amen. Oh, yeah. It was wonderful. Hallelujah. Go ahead, pull over wherever you are and give God a praise for soul food. But yeah, we participated in the Soul Food Dinner. We've also went downtown and participated with the college ministries downtown as well. We had our concert last semester. We've done a lot of things in the community.
At the mall.
Yes, Christmas Carol, community Christmas. That was really fun. We did the national anthem. The national anthem that was really funny, because the thing is, you're dealing with college students, and so you want them to emphasize the fact of you're college students first. If you can't make it, then that's okay. But we still rehearsed, still practiced, and then we got up there and we did the national anthem, and one of the comments I got was they was like, they filled that stadium up with so much soul. I was like, yes. Like, come on with the soul. But yeah, so we've done a lot of events, and we're continuously trying to grow and trying to incorporate more community events.
Okay. Real quick, do you mind changing out those microphones? Because there's an echo. Yeah, use that microphone over there, if you don't mind. Okay. All right, so while she's switching that, we're going to talk about, so since you all have been apart, you have to practice. And so tell us about some of these practices. I know there are times you may want to quit. You may be like, I don't like your energy, your attitude. Like, there's something just not vibing on that day. So
well, I'll put it like this, because sometimes we have two advisors. We have Miss Sharon Lee, who works in the Office of Diversity, and we also have Kyle Smith, who's also another advisor. And sometimes we'll just be talking, and it'll be a big thing. It's like because anytime you do a group like this, you're always limited to the people that actually come in the group.
Okay.
But even me and Kyle were talking yesterday after rehearsal. It was like they can handle every single thing you throw at them, and it's insane. To just, the sky's the limit as far as them. Yeah, I'm complimenting y'all right now. But yeah, the sky's the limit with them, and so we just try to find things. Sometimes we might come in and we don't feel as our best or as well, but then we just come in and we uplift each other, and I'd be like, all right then, y'all, let's eliminate the distractions, and then we'll start singing the first song. We'll just start playing, but we get our stuff done.
Okay.
And that's the main goal about it, is to come in, kind of offer a time of reflection and a time of a break from all of the other classes and things like that, because it's not full grade, so you just give God your best. But yeah, what y'all think?
Right. Personally, I haven't experienced anything that's like, oh, I'm not coming today because of this or because of that. I honestly haven't dealt with that. I feel like the only struggle that I would find, like, with practice is just balancing everything. Like, I just had to learn, okay, like, Tuesdays, you have gospel choir practice, so you need to get some stuff moved around so you can go and really enjoy your spiritual outlet, because I found that, like, while I'm there, it's just, well, the people around are I enjoy being with them, and just singing, worshiping freely. Like Travis said, with people our age, like, it just gives you a different type of feel to where you can just really just be open and free with your worship. I know sometimes people haven't found a church home away from their church home, so our gospel choir practices are a time to really just uplift his name, worship him freely, and then starting off with devotion and prayer, that really kind of sets the atmosphere for us to go ahead and get into a worship mindset.
That's awesome. It's pretty good.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
oh, okay. I was like, I can't hear y'all. So, but
maybe it's headphones.
yeah, like Raven said, it's a different atmosphere. You know, from your church setting to just like being in a room with people your age, exactly. you kind of feel that different vibe and that different atmosphere where you can, you know, just let yourself go and actually worship and connect with others. And that's what I like about United Voices. It gives us a chance to get to know each other spiritually, and also like outside of our worship sessions. Like, I've gotten to know Travis and Raven a little bit better, and
met a lot of new people.
Yeah, and you kind of gain like a Christian sister/brother through the group, and that's really great because like we're all supportive of each other. And that's always something that you want to have when you're in college.
Right.
So,
yes, ma'am. Mr. Travis.
Just to add on to the brotherhood and sisterhood, I feel the same way. I think that one experience that I've had with UV is I'll come into rehearsal and be overwhelmed with including this semester, about the theory and the voice lessons and all this stuff, because I'm a music major, so it's a lot of stuff tagged into that, and I'll just come in one way and leave another way.
Exactly.
And the thing about it is, I know that within this process that you have you're going through, everyone's going through the same things at some same time, and so you can talk to each other like, this is what happened in my class, and this is what, and then even with Aaron being a recent graduate, is a thing. Especially when you have someone that going through the same department in which you're going through, is a thing of, okay, he can sit up here and say, well, I know exactly how you feel, but just remember you're in your first semester and blah blah blah. And so it's a thing of you gain sisters and brothers. In some instances, I feel like I gained an older brother in United Voices. So.
All right, that's awesome. And so, being a part of this choir, do you feel that it also helps, you know, especially you that are freshmen, it helps keep your focus keep you more focused and not get distracted by campus life? Because I'm not going to tell you my story, but let's just say I skipped a class here and there. You know, I allowed myself to get distracted, you know, during my freshman year, and so that's why it took me a long time. But anyway, so do you feel that being a part of this group, this network, and this, you know, building these relationships help to keep you more focused?
I can definitely attest to that. I definitely feel like it keeps me more focused. Just knowing, like, I don't know, I know myself, I'm like, I'm a part of United Voices Gospel Choir. Like, I have to act a certain way. Like, I can't really engage in that. Like, I'm a part of this campus ministry. We go out and, you know, participate in these different community events, and I just feel like that kind of carries over into how I conduct myself around school. Like, I just feel like we're on kind of a higher, like, pedestal, considering we're ministering, worshiping, you know, spreading just, you know, that Christian love.
Yeah.
So.
That's good. I feel that you do have to develop a mindset that, okay, I'm different, I'm set apart. Not necessarily that I'm better than, but I'm definitely set apart. And so,
just representing the group as a whole, I just feel like, you know, with me advertising, they know I'm a part, they know who else is a part. So,
I read a quote last night. I'm taking a communications class, and read a quote about basically when you're a part of an organization or you work for a certain place, you are an ambassador of that brand.
Exactly.
And so how you carry yourself and how you represent yourself in public speaks a lot about to that brand. And so it can either poison it or uplift it. So we all have to be mindful of how we carry ourselves and how we conduct ourselves, even when no one is around to check us. We have to have enough sense within ourselves. Okay, I can't do that. I can't go off on something.
Amen. Amen. Come in the room, Jesus.
I pointed at Aaron because I know him personally.
You're right. You came a mighty long way. A mighty long way. But I will add to that, as far as when you're a part of a group like this, and just with the people that you have in there. One thing I am grateful of is I'm finna use a little bit of a church slang, but there's a little thing called spiritual bouginess that comes across over with some people. So I'm very glad that with this group, there's nothing like that. We all fall short. We know whose we are and who we are. And so we just go and just try to give God our best, because at the end of the day, we might not be where we need to be, but we're striving to do better every single day. And so that's reflected within the choir itself.
So no one walks in there with like a deep
no, we don't need you. We don't need you walking in there trying to flip your hair, because God might come in and just make sure your hair go off and the glory will be revealed.
Oh, no.
Okay, Aaron. I can always count on Aaron to bring the comic relief.
Amen.
But have you also, on a more serious, have you had moments when you're in practice and you're in worship and you just get so deep into worship that, okay, practice is over?
All the time.
Okay.
Like the thing for me being the director is that I have to kind of compose myself a lot of times. Friday I won't be, but I have to kind of compose myself a lot of times. So I'm kind of like, okay, we only got this limited amount of time because I know they got other stuff to do, and so I just kind of what song was we doing Monday night? We was doing Let Praises Rise. And when we didn't even rehearse the song, we just went into it, just harmonizing and everything, and I was kind of like, oh God, all right, okay. Kind of pray us out. Just pray, somebody pray us out, because it's stuff like that. When you get into those worship modes, that just like, yes, God, you're worthy, and we give you all the glory, and we do have true worshipers. And the thing about these people is they are true worshipers. You have to bring stuff to the table that is going to minister to the people that you have there. And I think a lot of times when we get into specific churches, depending on what church you go to, like even churches that you grow up in, just when you grow up in church, when you get into a place that you're grown and you make decisions for yourself, you say, okay, this doesn't minister to me like I thought it does. So you have to get into that place to where it's my relationship with God. How do me and God communicate, and what actually ministers to my spirit? And so I'm really hoping that in them coming into United Voices, that they're actually finding themselves out spiritually. They're finding out their relationship on their own. But when they come into United Voices, that something actually ministers to them as well.
That's awesome. And are you able, as a director, are you able to recognize when someone comes in a low spirit, or you just, okay,
all the time,
we're going to just take some time and just allow people to testify, to speak, to just, because in order for you to move past what you're dealing with and really be successful in practice, you have to release that.
Oh yeah.
Whatever's in your spirit. Somebody may have had a bad interaction with their instructor, walking to practice, someone to
we just looked at each other like we already know. All right.
God bless.
That's all you go. God bless.
You encounter someone in the cafeteria, on campus, in your dorm room, whatever, you're not intending to focus on that person and that thing, but in the midst of going from A to B,
dealing with bosses on the job, it's a lot of things. We have to recognize that outside of that hour and a half block, people have lives going on. Mm-hmm. You have to recognize that. That's why I just like, if you can't make it to rehearsal, that's okay. If you got stuff to do, that's okay. But that's why I'm so grateful for the people that we have in there to just come in and just pick it up. Like immediately, just like, oh, okay, you went through it one time, correct? All right, great. Let's move on to the next thing. Because it's second nature. And then if it's not second nature, I'm trying to remember what song we were singing one time. And I gave them the part, and then they sung something else, but it still sounded good. I was like, all right, let's move on. And so when you have that, and everybody can just be on one accord. All right. Everybody knows what the purpose of it is. So that's really a blessing.
All right, so we're going to get ready for a break here soon. So I don't want to get deep into, the events just yet, because I don't want us to run out of time. Just want to, kind of get everyone familiar with who you are and what you do, and they can see the you behind the choir. These are individuals that are giving their time and their energy and their professionalism, to make this choir great. And so I applaud you all for being so dedicated, because some people will be like, I have class, I got this, I got to study, I got a paper, I don't have time for anything extra. But y'all are making time for what's important to you, and that says a lot. So I want to thank you all for being so dedicated and then using the gift God gave you, because everybody can have it. With that, we're going to take a quick break. I want to say good morning to Alexis Scott. You're tuned into Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, and we'll be right back with United Voices Gospel Choir from Arkansas State University.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
Have you ever considered adopting a child? I'm Mark Merrill with today's Family Minute. Susan and I were already blessed with 3 children, but then our hearts were stirred and moved to adopt 2 children from Siberia, Russia. The kids were then 9 and 12 years old when they came into our home. They came carrying hurt, pain, insecurity, and instability. That was 10 years ago. We now look back at the last decade and remember the struggles we went through, but we also remember the joys we experienced. Today, my wife and I are going to share our journey in adopting 2 wonderful children. I hope you'll join us on my podcast to hear our crazy adoption story. Just go to markmerrill.com. Remember, your family first.
Want to connect with Mark on Facebook? You can at facebook.com/Mark Merrill.
Family Minute is made possible by the Kappa Nu Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, a non-profit organization committed to service to all mankind. Kappa Nu Omega Alpha Kappa Alpha on Facebook and KNOMEGA1908.com.
Family Minute is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a non-profit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
Edgy Studios, 209 Union Street in Jonesboro, offers photography for portraits, weddings, and engagements, senior portraits, family and maternity shoots, and all occasions. Edgy Studios focuses on photography that is unique and outside of the norm. Owner Andrew Daly is available at 870-243-0308 or www.ejjistudios.com.
House of Details, located at 3915 East Highland in Jonesboro, is a proud supporter of KLEK, offering detailing on any type of vehicle, basic wash, hand wash, shampoo, interior cleaning, waxing, buffering, headlight restoration, Pickup, delivery, and more with the motto of anything mean we can clean. Details at 870-273-5187. House of Details on Facebook and at klekfm.org.
The Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated presents our Sonia D. Williams Scholarship Breakfast, Saturday, March 30th at 9 a.m. at the Arkansas State University Spring River Room in the Student Union. The scholarship breakfast will recognize the winners of the Sonia D. Williams Scholarship, which is given each year to deserving African American high school seniors in the area. The featured speaker is Arkansas State Coordinator for Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Miss Deborah Bland. The theme is "Oh, the Places You Will Go." A full breakfast meal will be served. Ticket and other information is available at www.jonesboroalumnidst.org or from any member of the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
Welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I'm your host, Quabila Jones, and my special guests are Miss Raven Jackson, Miss Rika Greer, Mr. Travis Moore, and Mr. Aaron Fisher from United Voices Gospel Choir from Arkansas State University. I can't thank them enough for being here. I hope they get to sing before they leave.
Oh.
I mean, if you have tuned in all throughout the show, you can hear them sing. They just in harmony and unison. It's so wonderful. All right, so in the first part of the show, we talked all about them and, you know, their involvement with the choir. And so they have some events that are coming up that they want to make sure you are aware of so that you can participate. They need the community's involvement because they give their time and their energy to put their all into this choir to make it great. And they just want to show off their, you know, work, show off their skills.
Definitely.
All right, so coming up, we have First Fridays at the Forum.
Oh, yes.
So tell us about this event and how did it come about?
Well, I was working on the Jonesboro Artist Enrichment Clinic with the Foundation of Arts, and so she asked me, she said, well, can you come and sing some of your solo stuff for it? And I said, well, and I talked to Kyle and Miss Sharon, and I said, well, I wouldn't want to do that when I could give United Voices an opportunity to do something like that.
Okay. So consider
and so, thank you. But yeah, that's how that came about, and so I discussed it with them, and we're also using this because it does. There is an admission price.
Okay.
But we're using that money to go towards our big concert, April 27th. Okay. But as far as what you can expect this Friday is going to be, I'm going to say freestyle worship.
Okay.
Just because I don't even know, like I don't even have a plan of what's going to happen.
We got 2 days.
Yesterday,
Wednesday.
Well, see, the thing is working with this group, one of our strong suits is that we could just come in and just sing, and it'll be fine. And so, with the snap and the hallelujah. But they can just come in and just sing, and it'll just be fine. And just be like, all right. Like last night, we probably went through every single song that we have ever done, and it was just one after the other. And I'm like, okay, then we done went through all this stuff. We did the short versions, but we gonna go into a worship for this Friday, and it's gonna be a great atmosphere, great time.
That just goes to show when you said that you can run through something. You're practicing, but you're not practicing at the same time. Mm-hmm. That just goes to show again the dedication that each person puts into who they are and what they provide to the choir. Mm-hmm. They make singing and worshiping a priority versus just, okay, I'm going to show up and sing. Let's just do this. But you all, it seems like you come in with this spirit of excellency. We're going to get this done. We're going to knock it out. Bam.
Okay, story time. So what was it? Our first rehearsal of this semester, I taught them a new warm-up. That we did a warm-up last semester, but we did a warm-up this time, and so I taught them a new warm-up. And so it goes up it goes up.
Into the rafters.
Yes, I took them up 12 times, and they were still singing. I'm like, yo, come on now. And I just sat there, just looked like. Okay. We're going to have to call Myron Sapp and tell him come get his background singers.
So without blowing our mics, can you give us a sample of what you mean going up? Because, again, I don't sing.
Well, it's kind of like just going up in key, basically. So we would need a key because right now we probably all tone deaf a little bit right now with that piano.
And
But
I am not the person to give you.
No. And he'd be like, what?
Okay.
But yeah.
Wow. So when you go up like that, does it put a strain on your vocal cord?
Can I?
Yes. Because you can sing them. You can sing them notes up there.
Okay, so
Miss
like,
Mariah Carey.
Not really. Okay, all right. So like I'm a soprano.
Okay.
I really like sometimes when Aaron does warm ups, he just takes them up, and like I try to get out of my uncomfortability and just try to go up, see if I can go even higher, try to get in the Mariah range. But like sometimes it gets to the point where you like kind of screaming.
Okay.
Yes.
But in that, like for me, it doesn't strain. Okay. I feel like it's strengthening my cords a little bit. Then when like if we're in a venue and we have to like project even louder, I feel like that helps with our vocal cords because we have that like it helps strengthen that and it helps us to project out even more for whatever event that we're doing.
I consider it voice gymnastics.
Yeah.
I'm a copyright there.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta stop.
Like I'm an alto. And I can sing soprano, just not as comfortably. So with us going up each time with the warm up, it kind of just, like she said, like if we're in the event that we have to just project, and it's just like you might not be there, but you can get there.
Okay.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
And what do you sing, Mr. Travis?
I sing tenor.
Okay. And so when you're in practice and what if someone is tired or maybe struggling, do you try to help boost them up? So, okay, come on, you got this. You can, how do you help each other in those moments?
By crying together.
Oh, Lord.
I know
this
my
crying
section.
choir.
I think we just all just encourage each other.
Right.
You'll hear things like, you better sing alto. And then you'll hear then when the tenors come in, you'll hear from the female voice, all right, tenors. And then, so it's just, you know how we can be. You know how
What's
we
funny
do.
is that they'll sit up there and they'll just start shouting just so they won't have to sing. Like, for real, y'all.
Don't expose us like that. Don't expose us like that.
Like, all right, y'all, make sure y'all have that same energy when we gotta sing in front of them.
I know in my section, sometimes I'll try to, if I notice people are down, I'll try to pick up the slack and just trying to encourage them, like, okay, like I don't hear you, what's going on? Like,
okay,
yeah.
All right. So hopefully you all will display all of that.
Right.
This Friday.
We will.
Yes. At First Fridays at the Forum. This starts at 7:30. Tickets are $10. And the funds, as you may know, the Forum is part of Foundation. Is it in the St. Benjamin Foundation of Arts? And it is a nonprofit entity. So the money goes back into the community. So please go out and support the Forum and the United Voices Gospel Choir. The theme or the title is United in Worship. Come out and enjoy a night of worship. And this will give you a prelude to their upcoming concert. Now, okay, I'm sure you have to go above and beyond when it comes to practicing for a concert. Do you feel like preparing for an event like this is kind of a pregame, a warm-up to what you have to put out for a concert?
I think it's more of allowing us to showcase what worship is, and showing like how great our God is. Like a concert, we're getting like our concert, that's a really big deal to showcase us as a group, as a unit. But something like this for like First Friday, this is just showing, giving a little spotlight to the community of what we are and what we do, like to prepare for our like something big like our concert. And so I think it's just about seeing a different perspective of worship with the type of choir we are, because college kids like you never know how college kids, would worship and sing, and just to come out and see us get into full worship with this event, with our first event, would be nice for people to see and showcase.
Exactly. Do you feel it's frustrating when people presume, they're college kids, they don't get deep in the church and worship, and like they treat you as if you're here, like you don't have the capacity to know who God is for you in your life and how to worship and serve Him. Like, tell me how frustrating, or how does it make you feel?
I for one, I was raised in the church for like majority of my life, and I'm always there. If I'm not at home, or at school, I'm at church. Okay. So, my church allowed me to, find my worship through music, because that's always something that I've loved. And so as I grew older and I started to, have my complications with like my personal life, I opened myself up to God more through music. So I don't think there was any complications of trying to, be belittled by my church members, because like they pushed me to showcase what you got. Let God use you. Let God uplift you and open up to you, so we can be there for you as well. Like let us be with you while you are in worship. And that's something that I've always took dear to my heart, and I've always kept it there. So
right. Awesome. Like Rakia said, like how she grew up in the church, I also did as well. Like it was always a normal thing. That was always, Wednesday night Bible study, choir rehearsal after, Saturdays choir rehearsal, praise team, Sunday school, church, and that was always a normal part of my life. But I do understand that not everyone was made to go to church, or they didn't grow up in spiritually grounded homes. Therefore, I have to allow room for people to grow in that aspect. Understand that everyone's not on the same level, and I have to also there's no shame in being bold in Christ. There's nothing wrong with that. Yes, we're young. Yes, we're in college, but God is still good to us too. It doesn't. It's not just older people that can worship, or you know what I'm saying. It's not like that, and I just have to. I know I make sure I post my scriptures or post my quotes, or me at church singing it, even at gospel choir. Like, this is okay. Yes, I'm young and I'm worshiping. That's fine.
That's awesome. I think you all are setting a great example for the younger generation that's coming behind you, letting them know that it's okay to be this person, this way, this leader, because I totally believe in, if you set an example, those watching you will then be inspired to walk that path and then set an example. And then it can reach back for generations and generations to come. And I really think it's kind of sad to me, because I've experienced this a lot of times. Like if you just see them, like I'm use him as an example right here. If you see him, he 18, 19, but if you talk to him, you're talking to a 62-year-old.
Oh Lord!
And
you just be like, why in the world? Like, it's been so many conversations that I've had with him, or other people have had with him, where he would say something and they'll be like, that's a sermon topic. That's a sermon topic. Let me write that down and send that to my pastor.
We like to call Travis Minister Travis.
Yeah.
Because he be speaking the word sometimes, even if you're not even bringing up a topic. He gonna bring the word, and I'm just like, all right, minister, all right.
But I think it's a big thing of, and I know we've talked about this before, age and maturity do not coincide. Age and anointing do not coincide. So why is it that we sit there and we put older people on the pedestal saying, well, this is what it's supposed to be? And another thing is that we forget that since people live different lives, everybody worships differently. Everybody's relationship is different. Exactly. So there is no one specific way to sit there and worship. Right. And so when you exclude people from that, then you're being just as damaging to the kingdom as the people who are not worshiping at all.
Amen.
And you have to recognize that. But it's one church, one people. And even though we have all of these denominations that are separated, at the end of the day, we're serving the same God. So what's the problem with us not coming together? That's my whole 2 cents on it.
All right. Well, all right, you had the Bible study at 8 o'clock. You get your and then it's all Gospel Wednesday on Kelly K. All right, and so this is just a foretaste of what you can expect if you come out and support. When
Amen.
Come out.
Speak it into the atmosphere.
And support.
Sneak your popcorn in your person. Come, I'm just playing now.
No, do not bring your own snack.
I can't do
it. So again, United Voices Gospel Choir will be performing this Friday at the Forum at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are $10, and then leading up to this, their big concert.
Oh yeah,
April 27th.
Our big concert is on April 27th. Well, let me go back to the March 1st date. That's United in Worship. We're just gonna come together and just worship with everybody. There'll be a little demonstration going on and things like that, but it's gonna be a great time in God, and then that's preparing us for April 27th, which is our concert that's called A Higher Level.
Okay.
Where we're gonna be doing some very experimental stuff. We've already started on some things, but we're kind of trying to bridge that gap between the generational divide between what ministry really is. And so we're kind of taking some old songs and kind of making them new again. Which we kind of experimented last semester, but we're taking some old songs, making them new again, and then we're also going to have a choir coming in from Memphis, Tennessee, called Josh Bracey Empowered Anointed.
Okay.
They just got done doing their live CD recording back in November, and so they're amazing. We also have Mathis Family will be there. Who am I forgetting, Lord Jesus? My sister in Christ, Mia Price, will be singing as well. Miller's Temple will be doing praise and worship. Creative Dance Company will be doing the dance. So we have a lot of community participation, like to the point to where we have a venue just in case, but we're trying to find a bigger venue just to suit everybody, to make sure everybody has room to come in. But we do have the definite date. It will be April 27th at 5 o'clock, and it will be free.
Okay.
It's free, and it's on the Saturday. Can't nobody say, well, I gotta go do this, I gotta go do that. Come out and support the kingdom.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to say good morning to Mrs. Letitia Fox Rochelle. She says, shout out to the youth leaders and my church music, I guess musicians. Hello, everyone.
Hello. That was again.
Okay, we're going to get y'all to sing in the next break.
Oh, yeah, we will.
After the next break.
We will.
And so, for the concert, tell us how many songs or how many pieces you all are putting together.
We'll probably do about 4 or 5. And the reason why is because when we do our concerts, when me, Kyle, and Miss Sharon were talking, we bring in special guests because we also want them to enjoy it as well.
Exactly.
So that's the reason why. And the community choir that's coming in with Josh Bracey Empowered Anointing, they're of all different age groups. But they are so youthful and energetic, and I was like, okay, well, who can we invite that's gonna actually be, and I'm giving y'all a compliment again, who's gonna actually be on that same level as them? And so when I said, she's like, but who's gonna actually be on that same level? Who has because I know Josh Bracey personally, and who's not going to come in with the spirit of competition, who's only going to come in for the greater good of the kingdom of God. And so I was like, okay, Josh Bracey Empowered Anointed, we got them as far as Miller's Temple and Mia and Mathis Family. I said, why we got all these people that start with an M? That's what I just thought about. But just to have people come in, and it's about pure worship, pure ministry. We also have other people who are on. Her dad is also on it as well. Is also on the bill as well. Powerful minister, amen.
Amen.
And so
you're Dr. Greer's, Ricky.
Yes, I'm Dr. Greer's daughter. Yes. Hey, Dad. Hey, Mom.
Hi, Jesus.
It didn't even click, and now that you mentioned, of course, your favorite. Oh my goodness.
But yes, it's gonna be wonderful.
Oh wow! Okay, this is gonna be awesome. So the community needs to get behind you all on all of the things you are doing, and especially come out and support you at First Fridays and for your concert. Now, will you be doing anything else in between? I know that's kind of a lot. That's a lot.
I mean, we will be at The Rock on March 6th. That's on a Wednesday night, and I know people want to go to their church and go to their Bible study. Amen. But if you're looking for something else, we also will be doing worship that night as well from 7 to 8.
7 to 8. Okay. All right. So now, when you all are in practice, and I know there's not competition per se, but do you have like friendly? And I hate to use the word competition, but at the same time, competition, like each section kind of pushes each other, but, showcasing their skills and like, okay, come on.
I would say kinda, because I do a lot of mixed part stuff, because, classically trained, amen, praise God. Yes. I do a lot of mixed part stuff with them, so when they know they sing in different parts, they'll sit up there and be singing like with their head going like that, and I just be like, all right. Y'all can have that, but yeah, it is kind of. But then when we all sing together, it's just on one accord, and it sounds so beautiful, mashing all the parts together. So yeah.
Have you ever done? I'm kind of a kid at heart to some degree, so I watch the movies Pitch Perfect. Yes. So do y'all ever do gospel mashups with no instruments?
Well, when we have a medley that we do. And
which one?
Right.
Because we got about 4 of them.
Yeah, but I'm not going to name all of them, but we have a medley, and when Aaron stops playing, we actually get to hear each other's little special parts that he puts in. So that's our Pitch Perfect moment right there. So
yeah.
All right. Well, how will we get them to sing "Do Something" after we come back from this break? You're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back after these announcements.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
We're back with Money Matters. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. Home ownership is an important factor in the capacity to build wealth, but there will be times in your life when renting just makes more sense. However, without smart planning, you could wind up spending more than you could afford and hurting your credit. Here's what to do. No matter who the landlord is, get a rental agreement. This lays out both parties' rights and obligations and is an essential aspect in regulating potential problems. Read the contract carefully, including the fine print, and ask questions about anything that's not clear. If you're not comfortable with the terms and conditions, it's better to pass and look for another place than to sign and be legally bound to the contract. Inspect your home carefully on the day you get your key, and make a list of everything that's broken or damaged. Request that your landlord either repair the problems or sign off on the list. This way, you can't be held responsible for these pre-existing damages when you move out. You should always have renter's insurance. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. for Money Matters, a product of American Urban Radio Networks.
Money Matters is made possible by the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, a nonprofit organization focused on joy in our sisterhood, power in our voice, and service in our hearts. www.jonesboroalumnidst.org.
Money Matters is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a nonprofit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
Money Matters is brought to you by Bancorp South, offering checking, savings, loans, credit cards, and wealth management. 5 locations in Jonesboro to serve you. www.bancorpsouth.com or 870-972-9800.
The Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated was established on January 1st, 1977, originally serving Blytheville, Arkansas, and now serving Jonesboro, Blytheville, Osceola, Marion, and West Memphis, Arkansas. Today, the chapter continues to make an impact by focusing on Alpha's national community outreach initiatives such as My Brother's Keeper, A Voteless People is a Hopeless People, Go to High School, Go to College, Project Alpha, Boy Scouts, and the March of Dimes. The Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is committed to Alpha's mission of developing leaders, promoting brotherhood and academic excellence, while providing service and advocacy to the community. More information about the Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is available at MOL Alphas on Facebook or via email at molalphas@gmail.com.
This portion of KLEK programming can be made possible by your business. Your support will help in educating, entertaining, and empowering the community by supporting local talent, serving the community you love, and providing information on issues you care about from a different perspective. Call 870-203-9951 or visit klekfm.org to learn how we can help connect you more with the community, or visit us at 1411 Franklin Street. KLEK 102.5 Jonesboro, educating, entertaining, and empowering the community.
Experience the joy with Bishop Adrian R. Rogers, pastor of Fullness of Joy Church, 2120 Thorn Street, Jonesboro, Arkansas, 72401. Wednesday night, Word and Worship, 7 p.m. Prayer Thursday night at 7 p.m. Sunday School, 9:30 a.m. Sunday morning worship, 11 o'clock a.m. And our Sunday night live service at 7 p.m.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
All right, welcome back to our last segment of Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM with my special guest, a few members from the United Voices Gospel Choir from Arkansas State University. I have in the studio Miss Raven Jackson, Miss Rakia Greer, Mr. Travis Moore, and Mr. Aaron Fisher. I can't thank you all enough for joining us today. I'm really loving this conversation and hearing about all the hard work and dedication that you all put into making the choir great. And so please give my thanks and love to the rest of the choir members. Hopefully we get to see them in here sometime soon. And, we definitely want you all as a community to go out and support these young people. They are putting their heart and soul into this. This is not just some side project. This is something they've dedicated themselves to make it great. They're helping to keep the tradition of the choir going on the campus of Arkansas State University. 1960 to now? Man. Over 40, 50 years.
Yeah, that's over 50 years.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to do that
Almost 60.
Wow. So we want to see the choir continue to grow and continue on even after they have graduated, but you got to support them now and keep them motivated and inspired and show them that you love and care about what they do. You can do that by coming out this Friday, March 1st. First Fridays at the Forum presents United Voices Gospel Choir. The title is, the theme I should say, United in Worship. Tickets are $10. The Foundation of Arts is located, and I keep saying the art. Foundation of Arts is located at 328 South Main Street. Tickets are available at foajonesboro.org. Now, can someone pay at the door? I never asked this question. Can someone pay at the door, or is it get your tickets in advance?
Yeah, either or.
Okay.
Either or, yeah.
All right. And again, the Forum and FOA are nonprofit entities, so come out and support this venue and support the United Voices Gospel Choir. All right. And then you have your big concert, April 27th at 5 p.m., location to be announced. And let me tell you, they have been putting a lot of hard work into getting ready. The first Fridays, you get a taste of what they can do. If you haven't ever seen them perform at one of the football games or any other event around town, I was on Facebook trying to find some pictures, and I pulled up a post that I made in 2014, and of course you all were still probably freshman in high school back then. But the choir came to the church I was attending and performed, and they've been all over the place, all over the community. So the community as a whole tends to embrace them very well, and we want to see that same support continue on. And so April 27th, you all are putting together a big showcase concert and also bringing extra guests. So be on the lookout for the location to be announced. But April 27th, 5 p.m., free. Mark your calendar so you don't want to miss this great event. All right, so Any final thoughts before they're going to sing a little bit before we close out, but I want them to share any final thoughts. Encourage anyone to join the choir.
Yes.
I guess, when you have open enrollment or audition?
It's not auditions, because we welcome everybody who has a gift to come. Yes. And it's not too late. We not cliquish like most places, amen. But it's not too late. We just had a new person come in last night and just picked it up just like this. So, but we practice Collegiate Park Clubhouse at 7 p.m. on Tuesday nights. Sometimes we have Monday night rehearsals, like before an event we'll have Monday night rehearsals. But Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. Collegiate Park Clubhouse. If you are a minister of a church, please come. And if you want to come and encourage, then you can do that as well. We welcome it and encourage it. But yes, if you are an Arkansas State student, please come out as well, because that's what it's mainly for. It's mainly for the Arkansas State students. But anybody can come. We don't have closed rehearsals or anything like that. So,
have you ever had someone that you had to turn away? Like, I know you don't want to say you voice shame anybody, but so you let.
They kind of shame themselves after singing with these folks, and then they be like, I can't keep up with y'all, and then they'll go. So I've never really had to do anything.
So one day they show up the next time, like, what happened to? Okay.
Yeah, they be like, I still support them. They'll still come to the concerts and stuff. So, amen.
All right, I want to say good morning to Mr. Dexter Davis. Thank you for popping in on our live. All right, so we're going to get ready to close out a little bit, but I want to give you the opportunity to share some of your gifts. And if you're a loud singer, just pull back from the mic a little bit.
We're going to all pull back. Because we all loud. It's only 4 of us compared to the 30 we normally have.
Okay.
So, I shall wear one and go.
I shall wear a crown. I shall wear a crown. When it's all over. When it's all over, I shall wear a crown. I shall wear a crown. When it's all over. When it's all over,
Gonna put on my robe.
I'm going to put on my robe. Tell the story how I made it over.
Go ahead and go to the next part.
Soon as I get home.
Yeah, just a little taste.
And for them to sing behind the beat that's playing.
Right.
Don't even go with the song.
Just a little horse diver for everybody before Friday. Amen.
All right, that was your simple appetizer. So you want more? Go out to the Forum this Friday, 7:30 p.m. Tickets are $10. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
And I wish you all much success in your studies. I can't wait to see you all at graduate. Well, see you all walk across that stage and
shout right now.
Go forward in your degrees of your choice, your careers of choice. So, good morning to Ms. Marsha Smith for joining us. Thank you, everybody, so much.
Thank you.
And don't forget to tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow's kind of a relaxed show. It's my birthday, and so
happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kabila. Happy birthday to you. Now give a praise if you got. I'm playing out.
a part of this fun, go out and join the United Voices Choir. But tomorrow's going to be kind of an open mic show. I have a few guests. They'll be doing some poetry. We'll be talking about all things poetry and writing. So if you want to stop by the studio, it's an informal show from 9 to 10. Come out and see me. Hope everyone has a great and blessed day. And thank you so much, United Voices, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you for listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views